Hi guys, and welcome to another video on working with styrene. So this one is a bonus to the last video I did, which was working on cutting straight edges out of styrene, and this one is to do with a tool that I made when I was working on my project for Cut It Custom, which was the little store I made making small styrene boxes. And one of the things I had to do for that was work with very thin strips. And anyone who's sort of done the whole snapping technique on thick plasticard will notice that it's skewed, but you'll see that as I do it anyway. So let's have a look. So I've already cut the pieces, so I don't need those. This is the tool itself. And basically what it is just a lot of layers of styrene to give it some rigidity, and then a small slit. And what that does is, well, you'll see what that does in a minute. But first I wanted to show you by snapping styrene, thin strips of styrene. You can see I've done a score on each side of here. First we'll go to the old technique I used to use, which is sort of snapping the styrene. You have to have nails. If you haven't got nails, this is just impossible to do, because of course the thinner you make the strips, the more difficult this is going to be. So what you end up with, as you can see there, is a completely skewed piece of plasticard, which is an absolute pain in the backside getting straight again. It will not work, and when you're gluing that, you have to hold it in place rather than just sticking it and leaving it. That can be a real nightmare to work with. So what I designed was this, and the whole purpose of it is the piece of styrene goes into it like this. You line it up with the score that you've done, so the score is dead on there. Usually I do this off the side of a table, so I'm not sure if this is going to be completely successful. And then you just apply a lot of pressure. Oh, see, doing it off the side of a table is far easier. For some reason doing it upwards is problematic, as you can see, but it did start to go. Let's try that again. Hopefully I've weakened it a little bit. So you apply pressure, and then that did it. There we go. You can see that's now bent, all in one go. You don't have to apply any pressure to it, and you end up with a straight piece of styrene. Really handy for if you're doing sort of scratch buildy stuff like the Orc stuff, because I've used a lot of these for sort of along fence panels and the edges of things, and it's just made from the cut-offs of styrene. It was really handy for working. I'm still finding it useful today. So that was it really, just showing you something you can make yourself. Hopefully you'll find it useful. Again, if you're into this sort of thing, working with styrene, there's a Facebook group called Styrene Engineers, where people are sort of gathering to talk about what they do with styrene and different ways of working with it, hints and tips. Hopefully we can get a sort of a whole community together where if you're having problems doing any kind of styrene work, regardless of what hobby it's for, you can go in there, ask a question, and someone will have an answer for you. That's the dream anyway. So fingers crossed, and head on over there. Right, nothing left to say, but thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.